graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Sixers Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. It's been a little bit of time since we have covered the 76ers, of course, because we've just been super busy with the WBC. March Madness now. And, of course, still doing the Phillies on top of all of that. So it's been a very busy time. Still have not forgotten about the Sixers, though. They are taking on the Thunder tonight, who have won their last 11 games in a row, and they've just been playing very well. The Sixers have been playing all right basketball. They really have. This team is still without Tyrese Maxey. There's still no Joel Embiid tonight, and they are still... They're still banged up. Like, let's just call it like what it is. So that's why, of course, we really haven't been able to do these games because, you know, this is the time of the year where the Sixers, you know, are banged up, they're injured, and they're just not, and they're just not fully healthy. Paul George is still out. He should be back though later on this week, which is good, and hopefully he'll give the Sixers a little bit more juice. But I will tell you this, okay, just from what I've been noticing so far over these last couple of games, okay, the Sixers, they've been taking care of business, okay? They have done a good job over their last over their last couple of games or so, and they have been doing what they needed to do, just taking care of the basketball. They beat the Jazz 126-118. They won against the Kings, even though they got blown out against the Nuggets. They're 4-1 over their last 5 games. And VJ Edgecombe has been balling out. He's been playing super, super well. And guys are actually stepping up too. Quentin Grimes has been delivering off the bench. You saw Justin Edwards a couple of nights ago putting up some decent shots and actually getting some contributions. So that's really good. And then for VJ Edgecombe, this guy has just been a monster. He really has. And the one good thing that I said that's going to come out of this whole thing, if there's sort of a silver lining here, is that VJ Edgecombe gets more playing time. He gets more of a focal point when it comes to his offense, right? So we get to really see how he does shine. And he has been spectacular. He's been a lot of fun to watch. And I've been very happy with how he's been able to do. So right now, if we actually do take a look at the NBA standings very quickly, chat, the Sixers are actually, if the regular season ended today, they are in the 7th seed. Okay, so they are technically tied with the Atlanta Hawks, which is really fascinating when you really think about it. There's only a 2-game difference between 7. Really, a 3.5 game difference between 5th and 10th, which is insane when you really think about it. So they're not going to tank. They're playing to actually try to win and get into a playoff spot and try to avoid this play-in tournament. It definitely does seem like that. My question to you, though, chat, is can the 76ers make it to the playoffs without playing in the play-in tournament? The answer to that question, in my opinion, is yes. Will they, though, is really the question. And I don't know. I really don't know. But I'd like to hear your thoughts about that, too. So, currently speaking in the standings, okay, they are half a game behind the Raptors. They're also tied with the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks technically have the tiebreaker. And then they are half a game above the Orlando Magic, 1 game above the Miami Heat, and 2 games in front of the Charlotte Hornets. Now, as far as teams on the other, looking on in, the Milwaukee Bucks are 6.5 games in back of the Charlotte Hornets. So they are 22 games in back of the Detroit Pistons for, of course, the number 1 seed, which they will not be able to clinch. But yes, so that's really what has been sort of in my mind when it comes to just thinking about the Sixers. I just want to see them go out there tonight and dominate. I want them, maybe not dominate, maybe that's not the right word. I want to see them go out there and just give it everything that they have. The Thunder have been red hot, okay? I don't think anybody expects them to win this game. You should want them to win this game, but I don't think anybody should expect them to win this game. But if they can just go out there and just play with all heart, leave everything out there on the court, I'd say that that's a very positive day for the 76ers. Be really nice to see some contributions from Quentin Grimes, Justin Edwards again, and some other guys stepping up off the bench. What's Adem Bona going to do tonight? How good is Andre Drummond going to play? Will we get another nice game from Dominic Barlow? All really good questions. I don't know. But the bottom line is that you're going up against a very healthy and a very lethal OKC team. So just give it everything that you have. And that's where I stand. By the way, chat, we are now 20 subscribers away from getting to 8,700 subscribers. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun over these last couple of weeks just doing March Madness and doing the World Baseball Classic as well. I've been really enjoying myself. But if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and turn on the bell icons as well. Your calls are legendary, says Justin W. Thank you, man. Your call of the Harper Homer in the World Baseball Classic was freaking awesome. I really appreciate that, dude. I do. All right, so no Joel Embiid tonight. Tyrese Maxey is also out, and Kelly Oubre Jr. And Quentin Grimes is actually going to miss tonight's game, too. He's now out with an illness. Thanks for not updating me on that before Twitter. So scratch what I just said about Quentin Grimes tonight. That's obviously not even going to be the case. But yes, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, Justin. You are the man. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. All right, so we got for the Thunder, it'll be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luke Dort, Jalen Williams, J-Dub, that is, Isaiah Hardenstein, and Chet Holmgren are the starting 5 for them. And for the Sixers, they got Edgecombe, Beauchamp, Edwards, Barlow, and Bona. It's just really odd. Oh, man. All right, so the Thunder are in their white and blue uniforms, and they will get the ball first. And Luke Dort's going to get the tip-off over to him. Beauchamp, as he's guarding Dort, is going to strip the basketball away, and it's going to go on out of bounds. And it will therefore be, it'll be Thunder basketball. There we go. So, again, it's Hardenstein, Holmgren, SGA, Dort, and J-Dub for the Thunder. And then for the Sixers, as Hardenstein makes the first bucket and makes it 2-0 OKC, it's Beauchamp. And then you got Edwards and Barlow and Bona and Edgecombe out there. Here's a three-point shot by VJ Edgecombe, and the Sixers take a 3-2 lead against the Thunder. Okay, so good to see VJ Edgecombe starting things off with a bang for the 76ers. It's going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who takes it over to the baseline and puts up a baseline J and knocks it down. And that'll make it a 4-3 game. SGA getting active so far in this game, too. Edgecombe working around the screen. Another three-point shot. No. And Bona, who tried to buzz his way on down, tried to tip it on in, and he got fouled by SGA. Adem Bona has these neon green cleats. They actually look very similar to VJ Edgecombe's cleats. They're really cool. I love them. They're like glow-in-the-dark types of cleats. I love them. They're so sick. 4-3 OKC against the 76ers as they maneuver again from left to right. Edgecombe looking to get the handoff from Bona, and he takes a three in traffic, and it's no good. Bona tracks the offensive rebound. He'll give it over to Trendon Watford, and they'll swing it around the timeline, and Edwards launches a three-pointer, and that one's up, and that one is in. It's a 6-4 lead for Philadelphia as they lead it by 2 points in the first quarter so far. Dort with a baseline J. No. Offensive rebound by Hartenstein, and he lays it up and lays it on in as well to make it 6-6. And we are tied up at 6 apiece. So it's been a back-and-forth game so far. Both teams, their offenses have been doing pretty good. The Sixers have made 2 threes, and we'll see if they can make the third one. Yes, they do. That's Marjan Beauchamp who knocks it down and makes it now 9-6 Philadelphia. Man, they've been very good shooting the three in this game. They are 3 for 4 from downtown. They rotate back on defense as the layup by J-Dub is up and it's good. Jalen Williams, a very good scorer. Very prolific scorer, I should say. Edgecombe tries to buzz it on past Chet Holmgren, and Holmgren swats the basketball away. Edgecombe now has to guard him on defense, and Holmgren goes down the lane, gives it back outside, and here's a gilgeous-alexander three. That's no good. Edgecombe gets the rebound, and an outlet pass that goes over to Bona, and it slipped on out of Bona's hand. It was a little bit over towards his right side. Bona, though, says, my bad, thinking that he should have had that. But how about the ball movement by the Philadelphia 76ers, and the shot-making abilities of this team have been super on point so far. Holmgren gets to work around the screen, puts up a three-point shot, and he gets all the space to operate and knock down a tray to give OKC an 11-9 lead. Okay, let's update this scoreboard. So it's a 2-point lead, and 8 minutes and 55 seconds left remaining here in the first quarter. Sixers have a guy that's trying to do a better job at guarding Chet. Edwards just lost the ball. He got it deflected, and it went on out of bounds, touching his right hand. Holmgren played a very good defense there. And Edwards with a turnover. OKC going to get Williams involved again. His three-point shot won't go. Barlow actually boxed in Isaiah Hartenstein, and the ball went over to VJ Edgecombe again. Beauchamp operates on offense, goes up with a layup inside, and the ball swatted away by Holmgren, and it goes on out of bounds. Chet's defense has been unbelievable in this game so far. He actually caused a turnover a couple of minutes ago on Justin Edwards, and he will have the Sixers inbound the basketball. Edgecombe inbounds it, gives it over to Edwards. Beauchamp with a 24-foot jump shot, and he can't knock it down from the right wing. It'll be Thunder basketball. SGA, Holmgren, and Dort, and Williams, and Hartenstein are all out there. And it's now a 13-9 game thanks to gilgeous-alexander and that mid-range lethal jump shot that he has to give OKC a 4-point lead. How are they going to stop him tonight? That's a great question. Barlow at the nail, looks to hand it off over to VJ Edgecombe, back over on the perimeter. Edgecombe now takes it over to the foul line and puts up a foul line jump shot, and that one won't go. It'll be Jalen Williams who corrals his miss. Williams on the far side to Dort. He's being guarded by Beauchamp, and it's going to be gilgeous-alexander who drives it down the lane, but he throws it away. He threw it away, and it was stolen by Justin Edwards. It was a low pass supposed to go over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein ends up swatting the ball. It hits Bona on the face, and here come the Thunder. They're off to the races. Gilgeous-alexander with a shot. Denied by VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe over to Beauchamp, and Beauchamp tried to hand it off over to Dominic Barlow, and the ball slipped out of his hands. What's going on? Is this Butterfingers? I don't understand. The ball just keeps slipping out of both teams' hands. Is the ball just too wet out there? 13-9. OKC up by 4. Holmgren trying to posterize his defender. Takes a fadeaway jumper. No good. And a foul going to be called with 7:05 left to go here in the first quarter. See, now with the college basketball pace, I'm used to now seeing a timeout taken right here, and that's obviously not going to be the case. Now we're getting used to NBA basketball again. Chet Holmgren's going to be at the line, and he will shoot a pair of foul shots here. Other scores around the NBA, Indiana leads it by 4 against the Orlando Magic with 7:34 left to go. So, in case you're wondering what that means for the Sixers, I guess that tonight we are we are Indiana fans. Pistons are down 5-4 against the against the LA Lakers, that is. Second free throw is up, and it's good by Chet Holmgren. Here's Beauchamp back out there on offense. And he'll hand it off over to Edwards. Edwards to Bona. Bona now looking for some help. And he gives it over to VJ Edgecombe. Works around the screen. Pick and roll offense. Edgecombe with a face jump shot. And he puts it up on the left elbow and knocks it down. That'll make it 15-11. Sixers do trail by 4. Now there's 6.5 minutes left to go. Hardenstein is going to dribble, hand it off to Holmgren again. Holmgren backing down his 2 defenders, finds a cutting Dort to the basket on a bounce pass, and Dort is going to throw it down with 2 hands and put OKC up by 6. The Thunder on an 11-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes of play. Barlow down the lane, tries to scoop and score. No. Offensive rebound by Bona, and that one is good. Love the way that this team has come out firing out of the gates with the offensive rebounding, the physicality on the defense, and also just very good offense, too. Edwards swats the ball away, but the ball goes on out of bounds. And there will be a timeout taken by Nick Nurse. It'll be a turnover on Gilgeous-Alexander, and the Sixers are down by 4, and they'll be back in just a few moments. All right, who's tuning on in, man? Who is tuning on in tonight? Bilbo's here. What's up, Bilbo? Good to see you, my friend. It'd be crazy if we could actually pull this off. Colton, I'm going to say this. Only the Sixers. It would be such a Sixers thing to pull this off tonight. It really would be. Paul H is here. Argentina in the house. Taking the flyer on the under 227. Let's go. What's up, Paul? Paul found us during March Madness, and now he's back tuning on into our Sixers coverage. Again, folks, we cover the Sixers, we cover the Eagles, and we cover the Phillies. That is the heart and soul of the channel, but we also do March Madness. We do Major League Baseball as well. We did the World Baseball Classic. That was a lot of fun. We're just trying to get our hands into other things while still focusing, of course, primarily on what makes this channel go, and that is the Philadelphia sports content for sure. 19 more subs until we get to 8,700 subscribers. So tomorrow is actually going to be our very first day off that we've had in 30 days, and boy, do we need that. We really do. On Wednesday, chat, I also did want to make this announcement, and I will actually say this again in a little bit. So our man Philly Tick with RB was like, yo, JJ, need you to come on in on Wednesday. Can you do it? And I said, absolutely. So we're doing the Sixers game on Wednesday, and we're filling in on Philly Tick with RB's channel. That's my guy. That's my boy. Make sure that you guys go check that out. We will definitely post the link once it's posted. I believe it'll be posted tomorrow. And I will post that link and give you guys updates over on the community side of things. Just got to look out for the posts. What's up, Ray Ray? How you doing, man? Good to see you on here. Mark is also here. Mark is like always on there. He's like, whenever JJ's streaming, I have to watch. And that's my guy. That's my guy, Mark Kavitsky. He is absolutely awesome. All right. Oh, boy. We got ourselves, what's up, Scott? JJ, I hope you had an amazing day, my friend. I am ready for the Phillies versus Rangers on opening day. Man, I'm ready for that too. I am definitely ready to. I really, really am. Lomball, always good to see you on here, my friend. Great convo last night, as always. Love being able to talk to you, my friend. You are the man. You know, it's always therapeutic, man. It really is. All right, here we go. Sixers are going to have the basketball. Andre Drummond is out there for the first time today. Hands it off over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe over to Edwards. Edwards back to Edgecombe over towards the near side. And Edwards takes a 2. They're not going to count it, and they're going to say that he traveled. And there's former 76er Jared McCain playing against his former ball club. He's being greeted by VJ Edgecombe as he came back on in, and oh man, he was hugging everybody. That's so cool. That is awesome. SGA, McCain, Dort, Holmgren, and Caruso are out there on the court for the Thunder. Here's a step-back fadeaway jumper by SGA, and he knocks it down. It was a line drive shot from the left elbow. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 6 points, and he is 3 for 4 shooting-wise tonight. Edgecombe is at the Sixers logo as the Sixers move from left to right. And here's Drummond trying to feed it into VJ Edgecombe's alley, and the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Thunder. Chet Holmgren is going to sub on out, and Jalen Williams with an eye coming on in, playing for Chet. Okay. Butterfingers Great Candy Bar says PAS. What's up, PAS? How you doing, man? Dude, I'm a little behind on chat today. 19-13. Sixers down by 6. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass. Puts up a fadeaway jumper. Can't get it that time. VJ Edgecombe has gotten a little bit stale over the last couple of minutes. He has 5 points in this game. He's 2 for 7 shooting-wise. Thunder have done a very good job adjusting on defense. And here is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Don't know if you know who he is, but that guy just was able to buzz past 3 defenders, and he just laid it up and laid it on in. Beauchamp on the other side tries to scoop and score, and he gets heavily defended. The ball's going to go on out of bounds. He missed the layup, and the ball was last touched by the Thunder. It'll still be 76ers ball. The Sixers will have Campaign out there, Andre Drummond, Trenton Watford, VJ Edgecombe, and Marjon Beauchamp. So no Quentin Grimes tonight, still no Embiid, still no Oubre, still no Maxey, and still no George. Payne's at the logo, works around the screen, and will bounce pass it over to Drummond. One more to Watford, and Watford is able to cut to the basket and scoop and score. Sixers now down by 6 points. How about that offense there? The Sixers did an excellent job, and I mean an excellent job on that play call. McCain goes up with a 3. That was off the dribble, and Andre Drummond had a hand in his face, and he just knocked that thing down. That was like a J.J. Redick 3 type of a shot, where he was just moving, and he just provided some excellent play there. Edgecombe with a 3 on the other side. In and out it goes, and Jalen Williams with an eye will get the rebound. Jared McCain now operating on the offensive side. McCain works around the screen, pulls up for another 3, and he knocks it down again. Jared McCain going off. And look at that look on Kyle Lowry's face. He's like, man. It's like, oh gosh, I don't remember him. No, I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding. There's a fadeaway jump shot by Campaign. That's up, and that's good. 27-17. Totally just kidding there. Man, I miss Jared McCain. Gilgeous-Alexander looks to give it out over to Jalen Williams with an eye. Alexander back over to Jalen, and Jalen's three-point shot is up, and that's in. OKC has made their last 3 threes in a row. They are 12 for 15 from the field in just this first quarter so far. Sixers are 7 for 8. Here's Drummond on a handoff that goes over to Beauchamp. Edgecombe with one more bounce pass, and that goes to Campaign, and he knocks down a tray right off the dribble. Took one dribble there and was able to hit a three-pointer, and a timeout will be taken by OKC. It's a 30-20 lead for the Thunder. Man. Longbaugh says, look, man, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't mind rooting for the Sixers because of y'all, but Indiana got to draw the line somewhere. I'm going to see Reggie Miller in my nightmares tonight. Reggie Miller or Aaron Nesmith? Which one? Or Tyrese? There's definitely options. I don't know why I did that. I apologize. That was actually really mean of me. You have a favorite sport to call, JJ? Basketball seems to be the most difficult, says Justin. Do I have a favorite sport to call? That's a really good question. I would say this, okay? I like calling baseball because I like the storytelling aspect of it. I grew up with it. Baseball is my first love. right? I really enjoy calling baseball because I've been with it for a really long time, and even when I've tried to get away from the game, I still get drawn back to it somehow, some way. And this World Baseball Classic really was my favorite thing that I ever did. Like, it took baseball to another level. It was like baseball paradise to me. Basketball I picked up when I was older. I got into the game when I was in 8th grade, really, and I didn't learn how to actually call it until I had it was actually right before an audition that I did for the Blue Coats. I really, really tried to master that call. And when I first found out like which game was going to be, I spent like all night. I was in the library. I was in my dorm room. And I was just practicing calling games like I was in the batting cage. And just really putting in the work doing that. And that was fun. I like basketball because of the pace, and radio basketball is a lot of fun because of the style that it brings. It's like TV hockey in the sense. It's not as fast as hockey, of course. Hockey is way faster. But I really like the rhythm of basketball. Football, I didn't get to call a lot of football games when I was in college. I wasn't necessarily, I didn't get to call a lot of games, so that I sort of picked up on as I started streaming. And I enjoy football. I really do. Football is it has a very cool rhythm to it. There's definitely a lot of storylines that I feel like are really awesome. And I am a fan of just very good play calling, and I feel like that there's a lot more to it. The thing about football is that when it comes to having a color analyst, I still feel like that's really valuable for football, especially when you're just doing play-by-play and you haven't played the game. That's like the one thing that I will say about football. Not necessarily saying that in the other sports it doesn't help to have a color analyst, because it does. But football, it really does help having a color analyst. But I really do enjoy that. And hockey is fun. Like, hockey is a lot of fun to do in person. I really have a lot of fun with it. Calling games for Penn last year was incredible. I really enjoyed that. I love the pace of hockey, and I like the rhythm that it brings too, especially for a TV side of things. So, yeah, that's a good question. I don't really have a favorite, though. I guess if I were to say, like, what my favorite one is, I mean, I've done a lot of baseball, so I guess I would have to say baseball. 33-22 is the score. OKC has the ball. They lead it with 1:50 left to go in this first quarter. And so it'll be Campaign who throws the ball away. The Thunder have it. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a fast break, giving it over to Williams, and Williams will hand it off over to Caruso, and that's in. Alex Caruso finishing with the left hand on the left side of the baseline. 35-22, Thunder up by 13. Beauchamp over towards the top of the key, and he'll just zip it over to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe conducting the traffic, telling Watford to go downhill. And here comes VJ buzzing down the lane, tries to scoop and score, and the ball is going to go on out of bounds. Excellent defense there provided by the Thunder. It'll still be Philadelphia basketball. Okay, let's go. Very, very good. 1 minute, 22 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. And VJ's going to go to the line. But before that happens, the Thunder are going to challenge this play. I didn't see that there was a foul call. And if there is, that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's third personal foul. Just wanted to throw that out there. So if the call is overturned, he'll still only have 2. When there's a game that I can get some action on, here I am, says Paul. Mama, what's going on, Mom? How you doing? Shout out to the mom in the chat and to the dad as well. Love you guys. Let's go, JJ. I'm ready for opening day. Let's start the Phillies season off with a bang. I want to see us sweep the Texas Rangers. I really do. Hey, it would be great for us to just get an opening day win. I want to focus on one game at a time. But if I am looking ahead, because now letting that settle on in, for us to sweep the Texas Rangers, I mean, we've seen the Rangers sweep us a lot of times in the past, and they've definitely had they've had their share of wins. So I will take a sweep. I will definitely do that. Is it DeGrom versus Sanchez opening day? That's such a good pitching matchup if that really is the case. I believe Jacob DeGrom is pitching for the Texas Rangers, but that would be really sick. Nothing much, buddy. Ready to call at least 162 games over the next 180 days. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Happy to see you on here. There's PAS's channel, by the way, guys. Make sure that you check his channel out. It's posted by Longball right now because he is the man. My mods are absolutely incredible. So let's go back to this. So the Thunder, again, are challenging to see whether or not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander fouled VJ Edgecombe in the act of shooting. I thought that he just got all balled there. And they have not come up with a verdict just yet. Oh, man. Wow, it's an awesome answer. And that's a good point about baseball being kind of like a story unfolding. No, baseball, man, has a lot of colors, right? Like, baseball is the most, when you look at the big four, right? The one thing that I always have loved about baseball is that there's a lot of art. Whether you look at the aspect of the game, the stadiums, you look at the whole design of the dirt and just the turf and the sights, the sounds. Like, there's a lot of majestic things that happen in baseball. And it's not a time sport. Now, I say that now, and of course they've added a pitch clock and they get rid of disengagements, but it's become to the point like where it's still technically not a time sport, but there's a lot of really cool things that happen, you know? And I love that about baseball. I always have, and I always will. All right, 35-22. What's the verdict? Coach's challenge. The call is going to be overturned, so that means that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will not have 3 personal fouls. He'll just have 2. And the Thunder are going to retain their timeout, as they do win their challenge. So just 1 timeout technically taken by each team so far. 1 minute, 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Nick Nurse not happy about the call. Not necessarily a surprise. See him complaining a lot of times to the referees. Speaking of the refs, here are the refs for tonight. You got Ben Taylor, Jason Goldenberg, and Jenna Schroeder that are out there as the officials. Game being played at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia. So Drummond and Jalen Williams with an I are going to be going up with this jump ball here. So they called it a block, and they will say that Drummond is going to tip this off. But we have another whistle called, and I don't know where Drummond's going, but VJ Edgecombe is talking to the referee. Drummond is talking to Jenna Schroeder about something. Oh, something was loose in the net. There was like a mic cable or something hanging loose or hanging down low from the backboard. So he was like, hold up a second. What's that behind us? And so she didn't have to get the ladder up. She was like, you go move the mic. You're tall enough. So they just put it back up. 1 minute, 22 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and now Drummond and Williams are going to tip this off here. Drummond will tip it into the hands of J-Dub, or Kassan Wallace, that is. And Thunder are going to have the ball. So it's SGA, Jalen Williams, Alex Caruso, Kassan Wallace, and Jared McCain. 3-point shot is missed by Jared McCain. Drummond comes away with his rebound. That's his first rebound of the day. On the other side, VJ Edgecombe over on the far corner puts up a 3 and got it to go in the face of Wallace. And it's a 10-point lead now for the Thunder as VJ Edgecombe cuts it from 13 to 10. Sixers are 5 for 9 from downtown. The Thunder are 5 for 8. And the Thunder have SGA with the ball in his hands, going from right to left. He'll isolate. He'll put up a three-pointer. It's no good, and Drummond tips it into the hands of Edgecombe. He's going to pick up the pace here. Edgecombe now stops on the dime, dumps it off over to Drummond, who's at the nail. Drummond back outside to Trendon Watford, who's at the top of the key. Watford with a floater in the lane. No can do. Rebound for OKC, and the shot clock is unplugged. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will have a staring contest with Marjon Beauchamp. 10 seconds left on the game clock, and Williams wants to cross over, and we have a reach and foul called on Dalen Terry, as Terry was stepping up on defense. He did not get all ball. He got a little bit of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's jersey and just reached on in. 7.1 seconds left to go on the game clock. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets the inbound pass, dumps it off over to Jalen Williams with an eye for a three. No. Rebound by Watford. He has to put up a prayer. Didn't even have a time to get it off because he was trapped. And that's going to wrap it up for the first quarter. So we're going to go into quarter number 2. Sixers down 35-25 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, chat. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put letter grades up, okay? After each quarter, what we're going to do is we're going to have a letter grade for each quarter for the 76ers. And how we're going to grade it is offense, defense, and coaching. So, and then we'll just average that out to the letter grade. All right, so we're going to start off with offense first. How would you grade the offense in that first quarter? I'm going to go with a B. I'm going to go with a B for the offense. I'm going to go B for the defense because, again, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I would go C with the coaching. So that averages out pretty much to a B minus. So I'd say that that was a B minus first quarter. And that's how I would break it down. But what say you guys? I really enjoyed how VJ Edgecombe played in that first quarter. I know that he was not efficient. But again, you have to understand, this guy is very young. He has an offense around him now because Maxey, George, and Embiid, and even Oubre and Grimes are not playing. So he's getting a lot more attention. A lot more attention. And he is still cashing down some ridiculous shots with actually good defense now. So I'd say that that's a positive. I would also say that as far as the physicality has gone in this game, I like what I've seen from Adem Bona. I've liked what I've seen from Andre Drummond. Marjon Beauchamp is playing pretty well. Justin Edwards did knock down a three, which is always good to see. But heading back to the defensive side, I think it was not bad. I don't think it was bad at all, chat. I really don't. Paul says offense C+. Paul says defense D. Okay. A little bit harsher on me. A little bit harsher than me. Adding the pitch clock is one of the best decisions that MLB has ever done. You're right. You're 1,000% correct about that. All right, the Thunder lead it by 10 against the 76ers. Watford's going to get the ball as he drives it downhill, gets his shot blocked, comes back up with it, and now has to pass it back outside over to Beauchamp's way. Beauchamp back over to Campaign. Payne is going to pass it, and it's intercepted by the Thunder. It was Hartenstein who got the interception. Downhill is Williams, and Williams will have to pass it, and it was intercepted by Campaign. Outlet pass that goes over to Terry, and Terry's layup is good. Both teams turning the ball over a couple of times, and the Sixers were able to capitalize and make it 35-27. Thunder up by 8. The Thunder today have converted 6 blocks in this game. Here's Isaiah Joe, former 76er, knocking down a 3, and he hits it from the left side of the wing and puts up the Thunder by 11 points. And we are going to have a whistle called. It'll be an offensive foul called on Campaign, and the Sixers are going to challenge this call. I don't know if Jalen Williams had his feet set or not. That's J-Dub. But Campaign got called for an offensive foul. And they say that the Sixers call a timeout, even though they're not going to a break right now. Campaign is going to go on over to the bench. 11:02 left to go in the second quarter. So are they calling a timeout here? Are they challenging this? Yep, okay, they are going to challenge. Okay. Very late. Very, very late call. All right, we'll take a step off really quickly. We'll be right back. Just needed that little water break. Folks, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We are now 19 subscribers away from getting to the 8,700 marker, chat. It's been a lot of fun. We've been covering the Sixers, we've been covering the Phillies, and of course, we've been covering the Eagles, but we are also expanding and doing March Madness. We've been also doing the World Baseball Classic. That's a lot of fun. Speaking of March Madness, my man Dr. DeLay is here. Doc, what's going on, man? You get an off day today. A much-needed off day. Because you've also been streaming March Madness. And guys, I mean it when I say this. Dr. DeLay is one of the best on here. He really is. He's great at what he does. You know, he always fires compliments my way, and I always have to make sure that I fire compliments back because I'm not just doing it to blow smoke up his you-know-what. I really mean it. The guy is really good. He's very talented on here. And if you guys like listening to another radio play-by-play style of a call, you should definitely go check him out. He mainly covers football on his channel. He does a lot of Steelers. He does every Steelers game. He also does a lot of other NFL games as well. He does college football. He's a football-first channel, but he's in his grill now when it comes to basketball. And he's very, very good at it. He also does the Pirates for baseball. He does Major League Baseball. This guy, if there's a sporting event that's on, he's going to cover it because he's just that good. Have the doc cure all your sports woes here, says Lomball. I love it. Doc. Dr. DeLay. It's my guy. Let's go. 38-27. Thunder are going to get the inbound here, and Williams puts up a three. It's up, and it's good. So the Sixers did lose their challenge. And Jalen Williams knocked down a tray to make it 41-27. Terry over on the far right side for the Sixers. Looks to hand it off and give it over to Watford. Watford back over to Terry for a catch-and-shoot three. No good. And Williams comes away with another rebound. That's his second rebound of the game. And he also has 3 assists as well and 5 points. Williams delivers it over to Wallace. You got Aaron Wiggins also out there, too, for the Thunder. And he's going to get the ball pickpocketed and stolen away by Terry. Terry back to Watford. Watford to Terry in transition. And he lays it up and on in. 41-29. Dalen Terry explosive off the bench. Wallace with a fadeaway two. No good. Bona tries to get the rebound. It was almost stolen by Hardenstein. Sixers, though, got it back. Bona with a floater, and it's going to be a blocking foul called on Isaiah Joe. He did try to sacrifice his body, but could not plant that seed. And Bona is going to head to the line to earn his stripes. You saw Justin Edwards getting his hand in the cookie jar as well off of that Terry steal, so you got to give him credit where credit is due, too. Sixers have 4 steals. The Thunder have 2, but they've certainly been getting a lot of blocks so far. OKC, that is. Bona at the line. Foul shot number 1, and it hits the back of the rim and dances on out at the last second. So that makes it a 41-29 ball game. Bona is 22 years old. Played in 8 minutes in his last game. Actually, he's played 8 minutes in this game so far, and he has 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Foul shot number 2 by Bona. It's up and it's good.
Excellent.
Joe with a catch-and-shoot 3. No. Offensive rebound by Isaiah Hardenstein, the former New York Knick, who's been with the Thunder over the last couple of seasons. Williams, J-Dub that is, he gets trapped over on the far baseline, has to pass it over to Wallace. Wallace for 2 with a hand in his face. Excellent defense by Watford. Payne gets the rebound. And Payne, wide open, top of the key 3. No good. I thought that maybe he had that. He had a lot of space, a lot of time to shoot that thing. And the Thunder dodge a bullet there. Hardenstein, runner inside with the left hand. That thing is just automatic. Nobody wants to talk about it by Isaiah Hardenstein. One thing that's super underrated about his game is the way that he's able to knock down those floaters. Watford gets the ball nearly stolen away. Wallace got a piece of the basketball, and it'll go on out of bounds. And it'll be still Sixers ball. They'll have to inbound it from the left side of the baseline. The lineup for the Sixers, they got Edwards, Bona, Watford, Terry, and Payne. And here is Payne on the inbound pass to Watford, and Watford lays it up and scoops and scores. It is 43-32. The Thunder still have control of the game. Williams delivers it around the timeline, and here he comes down the lane, and he will just part the Red Sea and lay it up and lay it on in. J-Dub has been great. Watford on the attack. He's going to scoop and score, and a timeout taken by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mark Vignol is going to call for time. Let's go. Trendon Watford, give him a total of 8 points, 4 buckets, and 3 rebounds. Let's go. Very good stuff. Dr. DeLay says, well, what defense? Thank you, long ball. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my guy. If you do need a sports cure, you go to Dr. DeLay. You do. All right. How are we doing on those likes? And how are we doing on those eyeballs? I am going to take one quick step off. I think I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied tonight, so I need to take a very quick step off. Paul says, sounds like both teams are playing the old defense. Just let the Bulls run through. Yeah. So far, that's actually a really good comparison. All right, one quick step off. I will be right back. It's a 45-34 lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Philadelphia 76ers. Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. All right, 45-34. Thunder lead it against the 76ers. Hardenstein with 6 points. J-Dub with 7. Isaiah Joe has 3. And Kason Wallace has 3 as well. But If we take a look at the full box score, leading the way for the Thunder, it's gilgeous-alexander, who has 8 points. Thunder are going to inbound it. The ball's going to get knocked away, and Trendon Watford is going to be called for a shooting foul. And we will have some free throws coming on up for the Thunder. It'll be J-Dub who's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. In the first free throw, he'll knock it down. Jalen Williams was out for a little bit, but he just returned tonight. He actually missed the last 5+ weeks due to a strained right hamstring. Williams, who has twice strained the hamstring this season, comes back with 11 games left remaining, and that's a huge boost for him. He's been looking very good so far. He'll make both foul shots. Watford's going to throw the basketball away, and it's intercepted by Isaiah Hardenstein. Hardenstein goes downhill, dumps it back off over to J-Dub. Kason Wallace now on the perimeter, being guarded by Justin Edwards. He'll try to pass it around the timeline again, and Wallace is going to lose the ball as it goes on out of bounds, but it was actually last touched by the 76ers. Let's go. All right, the ball gets inbounded to OKC. The layup is good, and it's 48-34. Aaron Wiggins just was able to cut to the basket on the inbound pass. Payne on the top of the key. Bounce passes it over to Trendon Watford as the Sixers once again go from left to right. Watford buzzing his way through the teeth of the defense. Tries to lay it up and in. He is fouled. He got hit on the right hand. And he will head to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots as he high-fives 2 of his teammates. And J-Dub gets called for the shooting foul. That's just his first foul of the game. So Trendon Watford, who is at the line right now for the 76ers, has put up 8 points already in this game and make it 9 on the first free throw. Watford is now 25 years old. Played for LSU when he was in college. He was a part of the Tigers. Listed as a power forward and a small forward. From Birmingham, Alabama. Free throw number 2 by Trendon Watford. He knocks it down.
Excellent.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, 56-15. They've won their last 11 games. And by the way, again, J-Dub just returned for the first time in 5 weeks. So the fact that they've just been winning these games without Jalen Williams, unbelievable. The ball is going to be passed and deflected on out of bounds. They will also say that VJ Edgecombe will be called for a personal foul as he was holding Chet Holmgren from getting that ball. Dominic Barlow is going to enter back on in, and the inbound pass is going to go all the way over to Wallace. Wallace over on the outside, gives it over to Isaiah Joe. And it's Holmgren who comes back in, takes a foul line jump shot. No good that time. He dribbled 2 times and then just looked to try to settle for a jumper there. And Edgecombe got the board. VJ Edgecombe looks to swing it towards the perimeter. Gives it over to Edwards. And Justin Edwards for 2. That one won't go. Climbing up the ladder, that is Chet Holmgren. And Jared McCain back out there for the Oklahoma City Thunder for the second time today. Looks to dish it out to find a wide open man for a 3. And that's up and that's in. Aaron Wiggins knocking it down, providing some cash from that left corner for the Thunder. And it's a 51-36 lead by OKC. Edgecombe working around Jared McCain again. Now he has to bounce pass it over to Terry. Dalen Terry looks to zigzag across the lane. Dishes it back outside to Edwards for a very deep 3. And he clanked it off the right side of the backboard. And it didn't even hit the rim there. Barlow got a hand on it. Wasn't even paying attention as Jared McCain had the ball. McCain goes to the rim, and it's blocked by Dominic Barlow. And the Thunder still have their possession alive. Joe steps back, launches a 2. Not that time. Barlow rebound for the 76ers. Jivanuts, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Downhill is Terry, and Terry throws it into no man's land, and that's going to go on out of bounds. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you for the raid over on Twitch. Very, very good. Yes, sir. Oh, man. We are now 19 subscribers away from getting to 8,700 subs over on the YouTube side of things. 51-36, OKC is up by 15 with 5:24 left to go in this second quarter of play. Yes, sir. Is our chat still working, by the way? Just want to make sure that it is still working. Let me test this. Testing. Nope. Testing. Williams outside to McCain. McCain back downhill over to Wiggins. And McCain puts up a 3. No good. Barlow rebound for the Philadelphia 76ers. Looks to pass it, and it's deflected out of bounds by Wallace. And the clock will stop with 5:03 left to go. All right, good. Okay, it still works. Good, good, good. Hit that thumbs up button, people, and hit that subscribe button as well. It's a 51-36 lead for the Thunder. Edgecombe will inbound it over to Adembona and hand it off over to Dominic Barlow. Barlow goes down the lane, tries to put up a very tough 2, and it's blocked by Holmgren again. Oh, my goodness. His defense has been sensational today. Dort for a 3. Not that time. Rebounded by the Sixers, and it's Justin Edwards who's coming crashing on down for Philadelphia. Edwards back to Barlow. Barlow downhill over on the baseline. He zips it all the way over to Beauchamp, and his three-point shot will not fall. Chet Holmgren will crash another rebound as he crashes the glass for the Oklahoma City Thunder. McCain with a 2. No. Offensive board by Chet Holmgren, and he lays it back up and lays it on in. And the Thunder have a 17-point lead with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left remaining. The Thunder have just been doing an incredible job with rebounding the basketball. They're out-rebounding the Sixers 18-16. And the blocks have been unbelievable as well. 7 blocks for the Thunder, just 2 for the 76ers. 4:04 left to go in this second quarter. Bona gets called for a turnover. It's an 18-11 scoring run in this second quarter so far by the Thunder. They lead it by 17. Nick Nurse is going to get teed up. Edgecombe's going to hold back Nick Nurse. Jenna Schroeder just gave Nick Nurse a technical foul. He's like, you got to be kidding me, just to put it nicely. Alexander at the line for a free throw. And that'll give the Thunder an 18-point lead. All right, 54-36. 3:55 left to go in the second quarter. Sixers are going to have the ball here. Edwards will give it over to VJ Edgecombe. It was intercepted, so it was a bad pass by the Thunder. The Sixers have momentum right now. Edgecombe looking to cross over. Fade away. Take a 3. And that shot is no good. Hit off the front of the rim. And on the second try, it ended up going out towards the right side. Holmgren backing down his defender downhill, and that's Adembona. Fades away. Takes a 2. Nothing but net, and that means that he airballed it. So it was not a bucket. Edgecombe can't get the ball. It was Beauchamp who tried to connect with VJ. Supposed to be a dribble handoff, VJ thought. But then Beauchamp just passed it. And a big turnover. Thunder looking to try to capitalize. Going downhill is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander mustering his way through towards the rim, and he's fouled. And VJ Edgecombe is going to stop him in his tracks. Says go earn those 2 points at the line. That's his second personal foul today, VJ. He hasn't put up any points in this second quarter so far, Edgecombe, that is. First foul shot is good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second in the league in scoring with 31.6 points per game. That's actually less than what he did last year. Put up 32.7 points per game last year for the Thunder. And this is now his fourth season in a row where he has averaged 30+. 56-36 as the second free throw is good. And we have another foul called. It'll be on the Thunder. Oh, boy. Sixers are tied with the Atlanta Hawks. But right now, if the season ended today, they'd be the 7th seed. Hawks would be the 6th seed because the Hawks own the tiebreaker in head-to-head versus Philadelphia. 3 seconds left on the shot clock here. Edwards off the dribble, putting up a tray inside, and it bounces 4 times, and it'll head on out. And it'll be Thunder basketball, 56-36. Alexander steps back, puts up a 3-point shot, and it's no good. Rebound was supposed to go over to Holmgren, but then Bona got a hand on it, and then Edgecombe got the board. Adem Bona runs downhill like he's a freight train, tries to lay it up and in, and will be fouled very hard. And he has to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws again. See that the Thunder are playing with a lot of physicality. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I know that he's 4 for 8 from the field, but a couple of those threes that he has chucked up, he has not been able to knock down. First foul shot by Bona, and it rims around and twirls out at the last seconds. Got to get SGA into some foul trouble. Absolutely you do. Paul says, I'm still here. Let's go. Just wanted to make sure that the chat was working because I've had problems today with it. I have. Bona is tying his right shoe. Edgecombe's looking over at him, and he's like, you good? And Bona's like, yeah, I don't need you to tie my shoes. I can do it. $56-36. Bona at the line for one more. And he can't get that one to go either. Adem Bona, not a good foul shooter. Goes 0 for 2 from the line that trip around, and he comes up empty in the gas tank. Caruso will zip it all the way around the timeline, give it over to Jalen Williams with an eye. Isaiah Joe now back over to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Gilgeous-Alexander finds a wide-open Jalen Williams, and he knocks down the 3. Jalen with an eye, able to capitalize and make it 59-36 Thunder, who have outscored the Sixers 24-13 in this second half. Edgecombe finally got his first bucket of the quarter, and the Sixers are down 59-38. Caruso on the far corner zips it all the way over to Williams again. Another 3-point shot, and he makes it yet again. Jalen Williams, I mean, nobody's focusing on him. And he's been able to cash in those threes. Edgecombe is double-teamed, has to give it back over to Terry. And here's Beauchamp with a turnaround jump shot, and he knocks it down to make it 62-40. Marjon Beauchamp off the dribble had to spin around, turn around, and fire up a 2 in the air. It was great defense, just better offense. Williams getting it downhill. Off the beautiful behind-the-back bounce pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They'll zip it around, and it'll be Caruso who takes an open 3. That one's no good. Sixers get a rebound, and outlet pass to VJ Edgecombe. His tray is up, and it's good by Philadelphia. VJ Edgecombe starting to get back and grooving into the offense as the Sixers are down by 19 points with 45 seconds left to be played in this first half. Alexander crosses over, dumps it off over to Luke Dort. They leave Holmgren wide open for three. No good. Sixers dodged a bullet there, and Edgecombe comes away with another rebound. That's his fourth of the game. Edgecombe, another three-point shot is up. Not that time. Holmgren catches the miss. Sixers were trying to go for a 2-for-1 there, and it's a 62-43 game. I'm not necessarily a fan of the 2-for-1 possessions. I never really understood that. I mean, I thought that he rushed his shot there. I really did. Holmgren zips it around the timeline. One more by Jalen Williams, and he knocks it down again. The Sixers are giving him all day and night to shoot. That's the third time in a row where he was just left wide open. It's like a practice shot for him. The Sixers try to convert on a three. They won't be able to do it, and that's gonna wrap up the first half. Philadelphia's down by 22 points. It's a 65-43 ball game. The Thunder lead it by 22. Jalen Williams, with an eye, has 12 points in this game. He has made his last three wide open trays. And he is 4 for 5 from the field. All right, with that, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back on. We'll talk about what went okay in the first half, what did not go so well at all, and we will definitely harp on what didn't go so well for sure when we do return. See you soon. Into the Sixers halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. Sixers were off to an all right start in the first quarter. They looked like that they were keeping up the pace with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were shooting the ball very well from three. And then the wheels fell off in the second quarter. And the Thunder ended up shooting 53% from the field. They were also 50% from downtown. They made 11 of their 22 threes that they attempted. And the Sixers just got outclassed. They really did in that second quarter. Thunder trying to go 12-0 over their last 12 games. And the Sixers are just they've won 4 of their last 5. But this is just a very tall task, beating a team that's 56-15, that's just had an incredible season in the NBA and are looked upon, rightfully so, of course, as the favorites to win the whole NBA Finals again and go back-to-back. Things that stood out to me in that second quarter, I will say, are this. First and foremost, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just an incredible ball handler. We talk a lot about his shooting and the way that he's able to score. This dude is a magician when he's going to pass the ball or even when he just is able to cross over and just show defenders what he has in his bag of tricks. And that leads me to this. I'm going to say this right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to be considered at least a top 3 ball handler in the NBA. And he's easily top 2. Whether you want to put Jokic over him or not is fine. But he's not even 3. He's really not. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at least a top 2 player right now in the NBA. And it's not even close. And he's been a lot of fun to watch. There's only so much that you can do to guard him, and I understand that the Sixers really like to double team. And against this Oklahoma City Thunder team, it makes sense, especially when you're the Sixers. You don't have Joel Embiid, you don't have Paul George, you don't have Tyrese Maxey, and you don't have Kelly Oubre or even Quentin Grimes. So you're thin. You're very, very thin, and you don't really have a lot of depth in your lineup. So it just tells me that, again, the 76ers, as long as they can keep this a close game, this is one of those games where you have to say to yourself, like, I hate to do this, but Doc Rivers would say years ago that this was a scheduled loss. And I never necessarily liked those words, but who really would expect the 76ers to win tonight? Just from looking at it from a realistic perspective. They didn't keep it close in the second quarter. They got outmatched. There's no reason to yell about it. There's no reason to get very fired up and be upset about it because this team is going through a lot of things right now. But, yeah, they just struggled. VJ got 5 points in that second quarter. He didn't shoot the ball a lot in that second quarter. And then when he finally got the ball at like a minute 50 left to go, he ended up making a 2, and then he made a fadeaway 3. He's getting a lot of attention. The Thunder are giving him everything that he can get as far as things do go, you know, when it comes to defensive looks. And I do think that that's going to make him stronger. I think that that's going to help him continue to grow at his game, especially at the age of 19. So it's good that he's getting this experience. And I want him to continue to get that experience as he continues to play because he's going to be one of the main guys that's a part of the future. And he's going to be around here for a very long time. So that's that. That really is. Coaching, look, I've been definitely tough on Nick Nurse this year, and rightfully so. Have been giving him a really tough time. But in this game, there's only so much that you can do, guys. Because, again, you're not fully healthy. Some of these guys are still just coming back into the lineup, like a Dembona and Andre Drummond. So, you really can't say much. You really can't. It's really hard to talk about this team when they just don't have their main guys. And we can't even put up any hypotheticals. Usually during the season, chat, well, like what we'll do is we'll say, well, this can be applied to the playoffs. this is an anomaly, but it was just really nice to see tonight. This is an anomaly, and this was really bad to see tonight. A lot of the times now when you're watching the team without Embiid, when you're watching them without Maxey, and you're still watching them without Paul George, you can't really take much into consideration with that. The only thing that I can say, though, is that I've been very disappointed with Dominic Barlow's play over his last couple of weeks. He's not getting enough rebounds. Yes, is he getting more attention? Yes. But he's not playing like a power forward should be. He's not getting the rebounds. He's not putting up points for you. And he's looking like he's just another guy out there. I got to call it like I see it. Is part of that, though, because when Joel plays, he provides more gravity. Is part of that because when Tyrese Maxey and Paul George play, there's more attention on those guys. That's a fair statement. I can't disagree with you on that if that's how you feel. But it has not been pretty to the eye. It hasn't. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. While we also have this time, I do want to let you guys know that I did make a post in my community earlier today about what the schedule is going to be for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, there's no streams. No streams at all. We're resting the voice tomorrow, and we're just catching up around the house, catching up around the office, and getting the thumbnails done, every single one of them that we can. And then Wednesday, we're filling in for RB, and we will be streaming the Sixers Bulls game on his channel, which will be really cool. And again, I really do appreciate the platform, and I appreciate the opportunity from my man Philly Take with RB. He covers all the Sixers games. He is so good at what he does, and for him to just be able to share the platform with me is really an honor. That's my guy. Love hanging out with him. Love my brother. He's great. So Wednesday, we'll be doing the Sixers and Bulls game on his channel. And then Thursday, we got opening day for Major League Baseball for the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll cover that game. And then we just dive right on into March Madness. We'll have to do a post-game show later. It'll probably have to be on Friday. Maybe in the morning I'll have something recorded, and then we can take voicemail messages and texts, and then I can just look at that during the post-game show because we are still doing post-game shows for the Phillies games. Sometimes, though, they're not going to be out until the next morning. Sometimes we're going to be able to do them after the stream, like right after the stream, but that's going to have to be the case this week. So Thursday we got the Phillies playing against the Rangers at 4:15. And then after that, we got our first Sweet 16 March Madness game that we're doing. And our second Sweet 16 March Madness game will be after that. Arkansas takes on Arizona. Very much looking forward to that game at 9:45. And then Friday, we got two more March Madness games that we're doing. On Saturday, we got the Phillies and then two Elite Eight games that we'll be doing, and the same thing for Sunday. So it'll be a triple header on Sunday, a triple header on Saturday, a double header on Friday, and a triple header on Thursday. And then Wednesday, we're just doing the Sixers. So that's where we stand. All right, grade that first half. I'm going to give the first half grade overall a D. And it's not because I'm upset with the 76ers. They just don't have enough. They just do not have enough against this team. And OKC is doing what it's supposed to do. BW is here. What's up, BW? How are you doing? I appreciate you, man. Folks, if you guys love the Orioles, if you love Major League Baseball, go check out Orioles Bird Watcher. He does an awesome job. He really does. Offense D, defense F, coaching INC. Yeah, I mean, I can't I can't blame you, right? Like, this is, in all honesty, this is just a reflection of the organization. Like, I can't even look at the product anymore and say to myself that I'm upset with the product. Because while I understand that Joel Embiid is hurt, while I understand that Paul George is suspended and Tyrese Maxey is hurt, you're just playing Tyrese Maxey so many minutes, and he can only do so much. And when you play him to the ground, when you run him into the ground, this stuff happens, and you just don't have as much depth. You don't. And the organization traded away Jared McCain. You saw him make some ridiculous shots against the Sixers. He's been doing very good for the Thunder. They got better, and you gave him away. You did. You gave him away. And when your GM said that you were very stacked at the guard position and you trade him away, you pick up campaign who's overseas. It just doesn't make any sense. So, that's where I stand. Dr. DeLay says F. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. I really can't. They're just at a very weird spot, this organization, you know? Femi J says, what's going on? What's going on, Femi? I don't know what TTFU means. Oh, man, 65-43. Here's a three-point shot that's up, and it's no good. That was Marjon Beauchamp, and then Beauchamp gave it back over to Andre Drummond. Drummond got it blocked by Chet Holmgren. Drummond, though, gets it back, gives it over to Watford, and Watford with one more pass to Edwards on the outside, and his three-point shot is good. It's a 65-46 game. Part in the Red Sea going down the lane was J-Dub. Isaiah Hartenstein gets the rebound. Edwards tries to put a hand in his face, and it won't work. And that'll make it back to a 21-point lead for the Thunder. The Sixers are moving from right to left. They got Edwards, Drummond, Barlow, Beauchamp, and Edgecombe out there for their five that they have. Edwards rolling down the lane, lays it up, and lays it on in with the left hand. The undrafted forward who got picked up by Philadelphia from and born and raised in Philadelphia has been doing very good today, and that's Justin Edwards. Hardenstein's going to hand it off over to J-Dub, and J-Dub will dish it outside. It goes over to Chet Holmgren, who drives it down the wing, takes it all the way towards the foul line, and he will pass it, and we have a shot that's up and off the mark. And that was Isaiah Hardenstein who had to chuck that thing up. Edgecombe down the lane again, goes up with a floater inside. He gets boxed out and pushed down to the ground. Whistles remain silent. Dort rolling down the lane, looks to pass it over to Hardenstein. Hardenstein with a bounce pass that goes over to J-Dub. One more to Holmgren. His shot gets denied, and the Sixers have the ball again. It's Barlow over to Drummond. A corner three-point shot by Andre. Killed it. It's good. 67-51. Andre Drummond from the corner with his daily corner three that he's been able to knock down at least once a game. Puts up a three and knocks it down. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rolling down the lane again, going with the left hand to the basket. It's just too easy for SGA. Edwards for three for Philadelphia. No good. And SGA comes up with his miss. Alexander on the drive to the basket tries to cut through two players, and Edwards is going to try to fight with him on the ground. And now it's Hardenstein who comes on in, and we have a jump ball signaled. Dominic Barlow also got a piece of the rock, too, as Edwards and Gilgeous-Alexander lost it. It was between the both of them to try to get this jump ball, and that's Barlow and Hardenstein. Hardenstein has the height advantage. The ball is going to be tipped into the hands, though, of VJ Edgecombe, who drives it down the lane, puts up a tough two over Williams, and somehow, some way, hits the right-handed floater. I mean, Jalen Williams was playing A-plus defense, but that offense was ridiculous by VJ. J-Dub with a 2. Not that time. Barlow corrals the rebound. It's a 13-4 run by Philadelphia as Barlow gets it for the Sixers. Takes it over to the top of the key. Hands it off to Beauchamp. His 3. Bang! The Sixers back in business. They're down by 13 points. It's a 13-4 run by Philadelphia. Let's go. If the game goes under, everyone gets an A+, says Paul. What's the over-under for you, man? I have to laugh. That was funny. He got me. What's the payout? I gotta know. Nah, you don't have to share the payout. You could share with me the odds though. You don't have to get into that. But wow, 69-56. Philadelphia down by 13 with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tell you what, good shot making by Philadelphia. They came out with a big edge in this third quarter. They've been playing with a lot of poise. And VJ Edgecombe is going off. Really. Awesome stuff. Usually they're a terrible third quarter team too, chat. I mean, we've seen it so many times this year where they just are not able to come up with a lot of good possessions in the third quarter. See if they can keep it up, though. Wow. By the way, the Knicks are half a game behind the Celtics. I was looking at the Eastern Conference standings. And for some reason, they still go by divisions on here, which I think is really weird. I think that's a little bit crazy because the only reason why divisions matter is if there's a three-way tiebreaker in the NBA. There's like no other meaning behind it. But yes, Sixers are now shooting 41% from downtown. They've done a great job in the third quarter with the three ball. And they've been playing very good basketball. They've been sharing the rock. Their defense has been really strong. And Mark Vignol just called a timeout. Did I say Mark Vignol? That was like Alain Vignol. I meant to say Mark Daniel. Gosh. That was bad. Adem Bolin is plus minus today, minus 16. Arjan Beauchamp's plus minus, minus 11. VJ Edgecombe is actually a minus 11 too. Andre Drummond is a plus 3, interestingly enough. 69-56. We'll see what the Thunder drew out of this timeout. Dort to Hardenstein, floater, automatic. It's up and it's in to make it 71-56. Oh boy. Okay, it's a 15-point lead for the Thunder. Thunder have Hardenstein, Holmgren, Gilgeous-Alexander, Dort, and Williams as their 5. Here comes a slicing Edgecombe over to the basket. He steps back, though, and takes a 2 and knocks it down again. VJ Edgecombe starting to get into his bag of tricks. 8 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play. Holmgren wide open for 3. Count it. It's good. 74-58. Chet Holmgren knocking it down from the far corner. He got some space and was able to knock it down with ease. 74-58. Beauchamp on the foul line, Jay. That one won't go. The basketball gods were like, you're not going to get it that time. 7:45 to go in this third quarter. Williams on the pick and pop, taking an elbow J. Money in the bag. 7 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play. It's 76-58, Oklahoma. Sixers are 3 for 5 from beyond the arc in this third quarter. And the Thunder are 1 for 2. Barlow hands it off over to Drummond. Andre Drummond looking to back down his defender in Chet Holmgren. They'll swing it towards the outside. It's VJ Edgecombe with a fadeaway three-point shot, and he airballed it. No good. thought maybe, just maybe, he had a chance to knock that thing down. And it'll be Thunder ball, 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Looking at VJ Edgecombe, though, getting a hand in his face and Chet Holmgren on the possession before that. It's pretty cool. 7:05 left to go in the third quarter. We did have a personal foul called on Justin Edwards. So that was the stoppage in play. Third quarter. There's a three-point shot that's up and it's no good. Sixers going to get a rebound, and there's an outlet pass that goes over to Beauchamp, and Beauchamp tried to hand it off, and the ball goes on out of bounds. Beauchamp did lose the ball. Williams for OKC looking to dish it towards the outside. The Dort, his three-point shot will not go. The tip back is no good either, but an offensive rebound by J-Dub, and nobody could box him out or put a body on him. 78-58. J-Dub now give him 12 points. Again, first game back in 5 weeks. He's been doing very well so far. Well, the timeout taken with 6:28 left to go. After the Sixers get the ball into their front court, they will call for time, and we'll take a quick step off as well. Still 6 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play. What's up, Hammer? How you doing, man? Fist bump to you. Let's go. Yeah, I think the Sixers have been doing a good job staying afloat. They've won 4 of their last 5. I know competition has been weak, but we've also been undermanned forever now. We have. And, again, this is an organization problem. I went on a rant about a week and a half ago talking about the medical staff. And I wanted to focus on them. It all just ties back to the organization. They're a dumpster fire of an organization right now. And it's literally the Philadelphia if healthies. Really. Or as we called it, the Philadelphia urgent cares. That's who they are. That's who they are. And how can you judge this team when the whole way to judge them was supposed to be based on the whole entire roster? You have over $200 million, right, on your bench. Is that correct? Something along those lines, 150 at the very, very least. Paul George and Joel Embiid alone have got to be at least 50. They're over 50, right? I have to look at the contracts again. But regardless, you have a lot of money on your bench. It's ridiculous, man. It's unbelievable. Joe's here. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Good to see you on here, my friend. Drummond's going to hand it off and give it back, and the three-point shot's up, and it's going to be blocked. That was Isaiah Hardenstein who got the block there. The three-point shot was no good. 6:15 left to go. Alley-oop pass, that's up, and it's no good by Hardenstein. Rebounded by the 76ers. Beauchamp over to Edgecombe. A corner three by VJ. Not that time, and the ball is going to be tipped into the hands of Isaiah Hardenstein, and Hardenstein got slapped on the face by Terry. Hardenstein having some words with Terry here. 6:04 left to go in the third quarter. Philadelphia MIAs. They're just outclassed. Drummond's too small to defend, and he's slow. I mean, that's not really my main takeaway. My main takeaway is that the organization just doesn't have enough. But on top of that, yeah. But you got Andre Drummond for rebounding, so you got to sacrifice something, right? Like, Andre Drummond's a very good rebounder. He's not doing his job, though, in this game. Here's the two-point shot by VJ Edgecombe, and he floats it up and floats it on in. If there's any bright spot today, it's VJ Edgecombe going off in this third quarter, giving the Sixers a chance at the very least. Gilgeous-Alexander for three. Well, he's going to provide a firework and hit it from the left side of the wing. And that's just what he does. 16 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 4 boards, and 3 assists as well. Terry on the outside looking to give it over to Beauchamp, who zigzags down the lane, gives it back to Terry, and the corner 3 is up, and that one is good by Dalen Terry. Nothing but net there for Dalen, and 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Folks, we are 19 subscribers away from getting to 8,700 subs. Unreal. So if you have not hit the thumbs up button or have subscribed to the channel, it is free. Gilgeous-Alexander trapped over on the baseline, gives it over to Williams. Williams' 2 is up and it's no good. The ball is tipped and it's taken back by Dort. Unfortunately, Edgecombe just had a bad tip there, and Edgecombe is going to grab the miss off of the misfired 3 by the Thunder. Edgecombe over to Terry for 3. It's up and that one is good as well. Wasn't that Beauchamp that knocked it down? It was. Sorry about that, chat. Marjon Beauchamp with a 3. And VJ Edgecombe gets the apple and finds the apple to his eye. 81-66. 15-point game. All right. Get back in this, man. Get back in this. We've seen some very good spurts in this third quarter. Not so much in the second quarter. In the third quarter, it's not been bad, though. They're winning the third quarter by 7. They are. Hartenstein has been all over the court tonight. He's played. You know, I have to say, and I'm happy that you bring up this point, right? I'm really happy that you bring up this point because Hartenstein really, I really feel this way, and a lot of Knicks fans probably don't want to admit it, but man, when he got let go and he went over to the Thunder, I knew that was going to be a big piece for them because Hartenstein gives a team like the Thunder grit. He gives them size. He gives them that extra little snake, if you will. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but he gives you that leadership, just that little edge. And I feel like that the Knicks miss that. Not saying that the Knicks aren't a good team. I'm just saying that I feel like that the New York Knicks miss a guy in Hartenstein like that. Jalen Williams is going to get the inbound pass, and he's going to get called for a charge against Jabari Walker, and Danielle is going to challenge this. Wow. He's going to challenge the call. He already won one challenge today. The Thunder only have 2 timeouts left, by the way. So he must feel very confident about this call. Because usually he doesn't make a challenge unless he is like certain that is going to be a successful challenge. So they only have 2 timeouts left. The Sixers still have 4. And again, we're not even in the fourth quarter. I love VJ, but he seems to shoot a higher percentage from 3 when he's guarded. But see, that's the other thing, Joe. Is like, who else on this team right now do you trust? Because I agree with you that he does take a lot more threes, but you just know that when Tyrese Maxey's playing, when Quentin Grimes and Kelly Oubre Jr. are playing too, like, he's not there's only one basketball to go around. There's only so many mouths to feed. He's not taking those shots if they're all playing. Same thing with Joel. Same thing with Paul George, right? Like, he has to take these shots a lot of the times. And it's unfortunate. I still think that it would be nice at some points in time if he could make the extra pass, and I agree with you on that. But I'm saying from an overall perspective, you also just have to think to yourself, like, this team just, even without VJ Edgecombe, they're getting blown out. Like, they're easily getting blown out. All right, so what's this call going to be here? The call is going to be overturned. The Thunder are going to retain their timeouts. Like I said, he doesn't usually challenge unless he is definitely certain about something. So they will actually count the 2 from Jalen Williams. And there will also be an and one. It'll be a foul on Jabari Walker. Forgot to mention that he put up the 2 and then got fouled. But again, they called it an offensive foul. So that's a 3-point swing right there, potentially. It's 81-66 with 4:11 to go in this third quarter. I understand that was kind of a joke. I love VJ. No, but like but see, like, I agree with you though. Like, I agree that he does take a lot of threes, like when he's guarded. And I think that sometimes it's a little bit too much. I really do. But then I think to myself, like, who else do you trust? Who else do you trust? There's not a lot of players that I trust. 84-66, because, again, I was thinking the same thing that you were, and 84-66 as the foul shot was good. So here we go. Sixers going to get VJ Edgecombe wide open for 3, and he knocks it down off the dribble. Speaking of the devil, VJ Edgecombe putting the Sixers back down by 15 points. He now has 22 in this game. 9 for 21 he is from the field. You heard our conversation up here in South Jersey. Here's the layup, and that's up and inside by gilgeous-alexander. He's been a little bit quiet in this second half so far, but he does make some noise with the 2. 18 points by gilgeous-alexander and 22 from VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe again at the top of the key, looking to take another 3 off the dribble. That one won't go, and the rebound was going to go to Bona, but then it was Jalen Williams with an eye who got his hand in the cookie jar and just took it right out of Adem Bona's hands. Caruso out there for the Thunder, looking to zip it all the way over to Jalen Williams, and we're going to have a offensive foul called on Jalen Williams. I don't really know what the foul was there. Was there maybe a little bit of pushing? It didn't really look obvious to me. And Daniel's looking up at the Jumbotron, and he says, he puts his hand up, saying whatever. 86-69, 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Edgecombe looking to find Terry, and Terry just passed it. He had a wide open lane to take the 2, but Edgecombe puts up a 3 instead and knocks it down. I don't know what Terry was thinking there. He was wide open. He could have just dunked it on in. But regardless, the Sixers still made the 3, and it worked. 25 points for VJ, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander knocking down another shot as he made the layup to make it 88-72. Edgecombe over on the outside gives it over to Terry. Terry zips it over towards the outside, and it's Walker. His 3-point shot, no good. Bona tries to chase down the rebound, and it's going to go into the hands of Alex Caruso. Tried to chase it down over towards that far right baseline, and it's Alex Caruso who's going to get fouled by a Sixer player. It'll be on campaign, and more free throws coming on up for the Thunder. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. They said they actually credited gilgeous-alexander with the rebound there. It looked like that Adem Bona got a hand on it after he tried to save it from going out of bounds, and then it was just tipped into the hands of Caruso. Really weird. Terry channeling his inner Ben Simmons. Joe says that was a bad call, 1,000%. You know exactly the play that I was talking about. And then Dalen Terry, I don't know what he was doing. He's channeling his inner Ben Simmons. Alex Caruso at the line for 2 free throws. The first one was good. The second one was gold. 90-72. Philadelphia down by 18 points. Payne back at it for the Sixers, looking to pass it downhill over to Walker, and Cam Payne provides the binoculars. Jabari Walker gets fouled in the act of shooting, and it's by J-Dub. He has to be careful. Jalen Williams, with an I that is, is going to get called for a foul, and we're going to have an and one opportunity for Jabari Walker. What a pass that was. I mean, the wizardry that just make that pass there and give it over to Jabari Walker. Walker with the and one, unfortunately, won't be able to convert. And it'll be Caruso who gets it for the OKC Thunder. Jalen with an eye out there, gets the little pick and pop, and puts up a 3, and he's human that time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was trying to treat him, and he was not able to capitalize. Edgecombe rolling downhill with the head of steam, gets the ball knocked loose, and it'll be Sixers ball. He was just zipping on by his defender and just got it knocked away by Kason Wallace. Payne looking to inbound it over to Bona. Bona back to Payne for 3. Bang! 90-77. Cam Payne knew exactly what he was going to do there, and it was just a little pick and pop for Cam Payne after he inbounded it over to Bona, and he just snuck right behind him. That was like a invisible screen that he provided there. 90-77, and here's a 2 that's up, and somehow, someway, Kason Wallace just knocked that thing down. He was driving towards the right side of the lane, and he had 2 defenders on him, including Bona, who was trailing right behind him. Payne, another 3-point shot. Not that time. Alex Caruso gets the rebound. He thought that he could make that shot, and he looked confident, just not able to fire it and get it on in. Williams again, looking to hand it off over to Jared McCain. McCain takes it over towards the right side. Jared McCain passes it over to Jalen Williams for 3, and he gets redemption right there. 95-77. Jalen Williams with an eye, able to put up 18 points. He has 4 rebounds and 2 assists in this game so far, and he is 6 for 8 shooting-wise in this game. He has 5 threes that he's made. Edgecombe looking to take it over towards the right side. Hands it off over to Jabari Walker. Gets it swatted away by Jalen Williams, but he comes back up with it and is able to turn the loose change into a 2. 95-79. Gilgeous-Alexander knifing his way past the teeth of the defense, putting it up and putting it on in, making it 97-79. I mean, he was super quick, just attacking, going downhill with a head of steam. And it's an 18-point lead for the Thunder. 13 seconds left to go. 1 second differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Payne gets it over at the logo, gives it back to Terry. His 3-point shot is up, and it's off the mark. Jalen Williams gets the rebound. Half-court shot is up by Jalen, and he airballed it. And we're going to go into the 4th quarter. The Sixers do actually win a 3rd quarter, though, 36-32. And they're down by 18 points as they head into the 4th quarter against the OKC Thunder. Jalen Williams, and not J-Dub, the other one, going off in this game with 18 points. SGA is 22. And VJ is 25. Let's go. 19 more subs until we get to 8,700 subscribers, chat. All right, so wait, hold up. What's Paul's over-under again? Let's look it up. Where's Paul's over-under? What is it? What is his over-under again? And again, folks, please make sure that you guys go subscribe to Dr. Delay. He is absolutely awesome. He is great. Same thing with BW. Same thing with PAS. Go follow all their channels. 227 is your over-under, so that means that now it's at 176. So at this point, right, I got to do math here, and I'm good at math. 227, and it's now 176, right? So that means that if both teams put up 30 points in this quarter, you're actually, oh wait, no, that's not good. 176 plus 60 equals 226. Oh, no, you'd still be good. What do they have? 176, did I say? 176. Yeah, you'd still be good if they each put up 30 points. So you're not in a bad position, my friend. You're not. Dr. DeLace is not looking good. Well, the young players are trying. They are. They are trying. They put up 36 points in that third quarter. That's a positive, man. I take that as a positive, guys. Like, nothing that they can do unless they would have to. They would have to put up like 8 points in this fourth quarter to get me upset. And I don't think that that's going to happen. Now, watch it happen. And you know what? We're going to cut this right now and clip for him, just in case it does happen. So we're doing it. And I might have to edit this, just in case I am the curse. 97-79. Sixers down by 18 to the Thunder. Here's Edgecombe, a catch and shoot three. Bullseye! VJ Edgecombe is going off, and the Sixers are back. They're down by 15 points. The Thunder have 2 timeouts left. The Sixers do have 4. They have that as an advantage. J-Dub for 2. Not that time, but he gets fouled by Dalen Terry. Did he just get fouled? Nope, they call offensive turnover. They'll say offensive foul on J-Dub. Oh, my gosh. They called that an offensive foul? Let's see again on the replay. Did he push off? Nope, they're not going to show it. 97-82. Campaign looking to dump it off over to Terry. And here's a handoff that goes over to Edgecombe. And we have another foul called again. Is that on J-Dub again? There was a whistle called. Oh, he fouled him on the closeout. I see. Jalen Williams stuck his foot out. Okay, that was the Kawhi. That was the Zaza Pachulia rule. I understand now. 97-82, and he did just get called for another personal foul. So J-Dub now with 3. Edgecombe is going to pass it over to Payne. Payne with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Payne will give it over to Watford. Watford back over to Edgecombe. 2 seconds left. He has to shoot it. What's he doing? And he has to put it up. And he is not going to get credited for it. It's a shot clock violation. I don't realize. I think that he was trying to go towards his right side, I could see. And it was really good defense by J-Dub. But I'm surprised that he didn't go to his right side a little bit sooner there, just to try to get the three-point shot off. J-Dub down the lane against 2 defenders. Too easy. 99-82. And I say that jokingly. He made it look so easy. Just rolling past 2 defenders and just getting over to the cup. Angling it over towards the left side is Terry. Terry's first shot, no. Second shot, no either. Bona on the third try, no. Oh, man, Sixers came up empty there, and J-Dub is just going to swing it around the timeline. That's going to go over to Jared McCain, the former Sixer. Gives it back over to Hardenstein. Behind the back bounce pass that goes over to McCain, and we have an offensive foul called on Hardenstein. Illegal screen set by Isaiah Hardenstein, and he is not happy. He's like, screw you. 99-82 with 10:10 to go in this fourth quarter. It's Payne over at the logo, taking it towards the left side of the lane, drives it inside. He was open and he couldn't make the layup. Are you kidding me? Williams with a nice little alley-oop pass to Holmgren, and he throws it down. He had eyes behind his head. When he made that pass, he was knifing his way over towards the lane, and then just underhanded scooped it back over to Holmgren. He knew exactly where he was, and the alley-oop was good. Payne for the Sixers, looking to distribute it back outside over to Trendon Watford, and Watford trying to take on 2 defenders here. He'll have to throw it. He gets deflected back over to Bona. Bona back to Watford with a backpedaling 3, and he can't do it. He can't hit it that time. 101-82. McCain's three-point shot. No. Offensive rebound by Hardenstein. Gives it back over to Williams, and Williams is on the attack again, and he makes the 2. J-Dub has just been not afraid going downhill. And speaking of going downhill, there's a 2 by Edgecombe. It's 103-84. Edgecombe with 30 points in this game. Williams again looking to try to get it or attack down the lane. Steal comes from Terry. Terry is rewarded. Hands it off to Edgecombe. Another 2 by VJ. Yes, sir! 103-86. VJ Edgecombe has been a one-man wrecking crew in this fourth quarter so far. The ball's deflected. It's stolen by Payne. Payne to Watford. Watford, he knows that VJ's there. VJ for 3. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! VJ Edgecombe has scored the last 7 points for Philadelphia. And he's putting the team on his back. A lot of backpacking there for VJ. He says, you want to give me the load? I gotcha. $35 for number 77. Gosh. This is something. This is wild. JJ, the Raptors take the ice in 5 minutes. They take the ice. Oh, damn. Who you guys playing tonight? BJ might be different, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man. He's a heck of a player. He really is. He is fun to watch. He's going to be a Sixer for quite a while. And I can't believe that the Sixers got him. People were so upset. They said, oh, man, I wanted Ace Bailey. Oh, man, I wanted Dylan Harper. I'm taking VJ Edgecombe any day of the week. Even when he got drafted, I said the Sixers got a very good player. They did. Who they playing, Dallas? Good to see you on here, by the way. VJ is showing that he's like Jimmy Butler. I just think that he's VJ Edgecombe, man. Like, everybody, yeah, people have been saying the Jimmy Butler thing, and I get it, right? Like, I definitely understand. I just think that he's his own guy. Like, I don't even know if he has a comp. I think that when it comes to his fourth quarter play, yes, like, I can definitely understand the Jimmy Butler reference there, but I've never seen anything like VJ Edgecombe. You know, just like... His defense is really good. His on-ball defense is unreal. And his shooting, like, he wasn't shooting like this in college. He really wasn't. So, it's a 103-89 game, 14-point game. He is a two-way player. He absolutely is. Thunder only have 1 timeout left, and the Sixers still have 4. So they have an advantage there, the Sixers. They put up 46 points in this second half. 103-89 is the score as they trail by 14 points. Jalen Williams with an I will enter back on into the game for Hardenstein. Beauchamp will also sub back on in for Terry, and Drummond will come on in for Bona. I don't know if I like that. I think Bona's been doing a really good job off the glass. 103-89. Edgecombe provides really good on-ball defense, but the ball's going to go back over to J-Dub, and J-Dub still makes the 2 over Drummond. I mean, that was actually really good defense by Andre. And yet J-Dub is just taking over for the Thunder, having the responses. The layup by Campaign, not that time. 105-89 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Isolation over to Jalen Williams with an I. Over to Chet Holmgren downhill over on the block. Holmgren being guarded by Edgecombe. They'll switch it over to J-Dub, and J-Dub's fadeaway 3 is up, and not that time. It's no good. Drummond corrals his 5th rebound of the game. He's been very cold off the glass. 105-89. Edgecombe again hands it off over to Terry. Beauchamp, that is. Beauchamp back to Payne. A step back three-point shot. No good. Campaign's been very cold, and I mean very cold, shooting the tray tonight. 7:20 left in this fourth quarter. At this point, just continue to feed VJ. It's McCain who goes down the lane, parts the Red Sea, lays it up, scoops and scores. It's 107-89 with 7:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Jared McCain with a total of 8 points tonight. He's 3 for 8 from the field. Another floater inside. No, but a 2 is up by Drummond, and they're going to say offensive basket interference. Oh, no. Nick Nurse puts his hands up in the air, saying, what is going on? 107-89 is the score. Sixers down by 18. Let's see, did he... I don't think that's offensive basket interference. He didn't. There was nothing there. Here's a 3 by McCain. It's up, and it's good. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Nick Nurse. Drummond is still looking at the referee saying, how could they call offensive basket interference? Did Nick Nurse even try to challenge that? I don't think he did. I think he should have. I really do. So McCain, that's a wide open 3, and it's now a 110-89 game. So the Sixers are down by 21, and the Thunder, after they called that timeout, went on a nice little run, and the Sixers have just not been able to capitalize. Well, they cut it back to a 13-point game, and all of a sudden it's now a 7-0 run. Damn. You want to send me fan mail? You most certainly can. Whether it's a letter, a gift, or something that you'd like to share, obviously it means the world to me. It really does. Our next time that we are going to be opening up our P.O. Box gifts on stream will be on Thursday. We usually do it on Wednesdays during the Phillies season in the 5th inning. That's when we will be doing it as time moves forward. But obviously last week we did not do the Phillies, and we have been doing March Madness. But our next P.O. Box opening reveal that we will do will be on Thursday. So I just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know. If you guys want to send me anything, it could even just be just a letter saying thank you. I always love handwritten letters. I really do. It means the world to me when you guys take the time to do that. But yes, you can send that. The P.O. Box is Play-by-Play with JJ, P.O. Box 6, Gibbsboro, New Jersey. Lawrence said he had no more challenges. Did he challenge twice? I thought that he only challenged once. I thought he only challenged once. You might be right. You might be right. That would actually make sense. 35 points for VJ Edgecombe, 6 rebounds, 4 apples. He's shooting 14 for 27 from the field. 19 more subs until we get to 8,700 subscribers, chats. It's incredible. Definitely have to make sure that I cut that VJ Edgecombe highlight. That was cool. Oh, man. How we doing on those likes? We got 39 people watching us. And we have 30 likes. 9 of you have not hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's try to get to 50 likes by the end of this. Hopefully the Sixers will make it interesting. 110-89. That was not offensive basket interference. Payne gives it over to Edgecombe. His fadeaway 2 clanks off the right side of the rim. Watford tries to get the ball, and Jared McCain is going to get called for a loose ball foul. And it'll still remain Sixers ball. With 6:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. 110-89. Thunder up by 21. Watford inbounds it over to Edgecombe, who's over at the logo. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe gets the handoff again, drives it down towards the baseline, throws it, and it was nearly picked off. Payne, though, with a floater inside. Count it. The Sixers got lucky there. Jared McCain dropped that interception, and Cam Payne was right behind him, and he was able to lay it up and lay it on in with the right hand. 110-91. Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, here he comes for a three. Not that time. Drummond tips it into the hands of Cam Payne. Payne operating very quickly. And there's a fast break pass that goes over to Watford. Back out over to Beauchamp. They swing it around. Payne for three. No good. And the rebound is tipped out of the hands of Beauchamp, and it'll go to Drummond. His three. That's up and good. Oh, my gosh. Jalen Williams had the rebound. Beauchamp swatted it away from behind, and Drummond felt confident to take the three, and he knocked it down. Oh, gosh. How often do you see that? Isaiah Joe back over to Jalen Williams again. It's now Chet Holmgren being guarded by Watford. He has a mismatch on him, and Holmgren will turn around and fade away and hit a two and make it 112-94 with 5:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Watford, Payne, Edgecombe, Drummond, and Beauchamp are all out there for Philadelphia. Watford back over to Payne. There's another three, but they're going to call a foul on the Thunder. 112-94. It is a personal foul. All right, we're going to minimize this. I don't want to look at the spoilers. I don't. Okay, so it's a 112-94 ball game. Payne gets it at the top of the key again. Takes it towards the right side of the elbow, and a catch-and-shoot three off the mark that time. Holmgren with an outlet pass, and that's stolen back by Beauchamp, who just misfired the three before, but he redeems himself there. Drummond zips it all the way towards the far corner, gives it over to Watford. It was a good pass to him. Watford over to Payne. Payne to Watford again. Watford drives it inside, lays it up and lays it on in. It's back to a 16-point game. All right, they got to go on a run here. They do. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now, too, by the way. Jalen Williams looking to zip it towards the outside. Payne steps up on him, and we have a foul called on Cam Payne. He pushed him right on out of bounds. It was not intentional. It was just totally accidental. 4:18 left to go in this fourth quarter. Okay. Come on. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that, chat. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Joe attacks. Zips it all the way to Holmgren. Holmgren with a jab step and a three. He had a hand in his face, and he still made that shot. Excellent defense, better offense by the Thunder. And that could be, don't want to say the dagger, but that was a big-time shot. Edgecombe lost the ball as Holmgren blocked it. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chet. Is that his fourth block of the game? It is. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Thunder are just taking care of business now. Sixers are going to take a timeout here with 3:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. They only have two left now. Only two left. 115-96. All right, chat. Where are you guys? We are still 19 subs away from getting to 8,700. Everyone flood JJ's mail with Easter cards and chocolate eggs. Aw. No, but seriously, send me letters. You know, like I really love it when you guys send me fan mail. You know, it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could literally just be an appreciation letter. I like looking at my emails, but you know, letters are more personal. They really are. And I love it when you guys handwrite stuff. The Raptors are playing the Jazz. The Cards will make it, Dallas. I can't make any promises about those eggs. That's funny. The young fellas are fighting, Lawrence. I can't be mad. I really can't be mad, guys. I want to be. I can't. I can't be mad. Okay. There's VJ dapping up Jared McCain. Look at them hugging each other. What did he fake hug? He went for the fake hug, and then they did the little handshake. I didn't realize that was a part of it, man. He was going for the fake hug. Here's a catch-and-shoot three that's up, and it's no good. Offensive rebound, and on the second try, the three-point shot won't fall either by Beauchamp. He had two opportunities to try to make a three and cut it back to a 16-point game. That does not help out the Sixers, though. 115-96. It's Jalen Williams with an eye, giving it back over to McCain. His three-point shot, in and out it goes, and the rebound's going to go to Jabari Walker. I can't understand why he hasn't been playing in this game. That's the only critique I really have. Watford lays it up, lays it on in. 115-98 is the score with 3:05 left to play. McCain goes over towards the right side and dribbles it behind his back, hands it off over to J-Dub, and here's another three-point shot. No good by OKC. Walker saves it from going on out of bounds. Beauchamp gets it for the Sixers. I don't know why SJ is not in. Here's Jabari Walker with a three on the other side. Not that time. 115-98 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. Williams, again at the top of the perimeter, looking to hand it off over to Wiggins. And Wiggins gets it knocked away and stolen back by the Sixers. Beauchamp goes down the lane, puts it up, and puts it in. 115-100. Then the Sixers took out their starters. McCain with a layup inside. That's no good. So there's no VJ Edgecombe back out there either. 117-100. Sixers and the Thunder decided to pull the plug here. Okay, now it's Cam Payne who gets it back. Payne to Beauchamp, and Beauchamp lost the ball. It's fumbled and stolen by Jalen Williams. Williams on the far wing, and a three-point shot is up, and that should be the dagger. 120-100. That was Isaiah Joe who knocked down that tray, and we do have a foul called against OKC. So, yeah, not necessarily disappointed with how they played in that second half. I actually thought that they played all right. Thought that they did a good job in the third quarter. Where they lost the game, chat, was really the second quarter. They got upheld by the Thunder's defense, and, not really much that they could do to come back in this one. 120-100 with 150 left to go in the fourth quarter here. The inbound pass is going to go to Martin. That's Tyrese Martin out there for the 76ers. I just realized that there's a lot of Tyreses that play here in the NBA. Jabari Walker back outside the Beauchamp, and his three-point shot, in and out it goes. Just that type of a night from Marjon Beauchamp. 13 points. He's 5 for 18 shooting-wise from the field. Not necessarily a good night from him. Same thing with Cam Payne as well. Sixers get a rebound with 1:18 left to go. They'll fire it up over to Watford, and this three-point shot will not fall either. The threes are just not falling. Sixers don't want to settle for twos. The ball is turned on over by Beauchamp, and he is going to get it stolen by OKC. So the Sixers are going to fall to 39-33 on the season. The Thunder will win their 12th game in a row and go 57-15 in their first 62 games of play. I don't even remember if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander even played the fourth quarter at all, to be honest with you. Watford is going to go to the line and shoot a pair of foul shots. At least it wasn't a blowout in the fourth. It wasn't. Not chocolate eggs. If I write you a letter, I better hear about it on the air. Of course, I'll probably read it, of course, unless you email me and you tell me that you don't want me to read it, then that's fine. But everything that I open on the air, we do our P.O. Box openings on Wednesdays during the fifth inning of Phillies games. So that's when it would probably happen. Now, it's going to be Thursday this week because, again, we aren't doing a Phillies game on Wednesday. and opening day is Thursday. So, and that's when we'll announce it to the rest of the public and tell them, if you guys want to send me some fan mail, you most certainly can, and we'll open it on Wednesdays in the fifth inning. 123 to 101 with 25 seconds left to go. What did Lombard say? The Cards will make it, Dallas. I can't make any promises about the Eggs. 123 to 103. Tyrese Martin knocked down a 3. Oh, yeah, we were talking about how many Tyreses there are in the NBA. You got Tyrese Proctor, you got Tyrese Martin, you got Tyrese Halliburton, and Tyrese Maxey. I think that those are all 4 Tyreses. Is that correct, or is there another Tyrese that I'm not thinking about that's in the NBA right now? 123 to 103 is the final score. The Thunder beat the 76ers. And so VJ Edgecombe is the first Sixers rookie in franchise history with 35-plus points and 7-plus threes made. He balled his butt off tonight, and that was certainly a positive. Yes, we will talk about this game in just a few moments. I do want to say again, thank you all again so much. Congratulations, you just made it, man. 226. You won, right? 226 is good, hopefully. You just made it, man. Congratulations to you. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate for you, man. Congratulations. You got it. You won. The Sixers may have lost, but you won. That's funny. That is funny. Cheers to you, L'chaim. Cheers to you, man. All right. So yes, let's talk about it. Bada bing, says Paul H. Congratulations to you, my friend. That's the cha-ching. All right. So let's talk. All right. Let's have a conversation here. Okay. So here's the point for tonight, guys. I'm not going to be taking phone calls tonight, but this is what I'm going to say. Okay. As far as tonight's game goes, and we will get back to the post-game show soon. We'll do the traditional post-game shows. It'll probably be once March Madness is done. I assume that's when we'll be getting back into the actual swing of things. Okay, my takeaways from today. The 76ers, the undermanned Philadelphia 76ers lost by 20 points to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Really not bad. This was not one of those games where I could really just pounce on the 76ers and just say, like they had a terrible loss tonight. They were not going to win this game. There was a 95% chance that OKC was going to win this game. Everybody knew it. And the Sixers just got manhandled because they just didn't have enough. But all I asked them to do tonight was for them to go out there, provide effort on the glass, provide their blood, sweat, and tears out there. And for 3/4 of the game, they did that. In the second quarter, not so much. They didn't really show a lot of fight in that second quarter. But I thought that in the second half, we talked a lot about the first half, of course, at halftime. In the second half, they played well. They played just as good as you would like them to. VJ Edgecombe had a couple of nice threes that he took, and he knocked them down. He is going to be an absolute beast when it comes to the future of this team. We all know it. We can all see it. And that is the bright spot that I have for this team. That is something that I hold my head up high with, and that's something that makes me feel very, very good about the Sixers moving on forward, because there's no reason why they should feel disappointed with how they played tonight. They're without Quentin Grimes. They're without Paul George. They're without Tyrese Maxey. They're without Joel Embiid and without Kelly Oubre. You're basically without 4 to 5 guys in your lineup that can get you 20-plus points. 3 of them can get you 30. And yet VJ Edgecombe tonight at 35. This is what I'll say about VJ, and then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll move on to the next talking points. But VJ Edgecombe is doing something really impressive, and it's not getting talked about enough. And here's what this is, chat. So, a lot of times when Joel Embiid is out there and Tyrese Maxey is out there, the focal points for these defenses are to guard those two guys. You got to guard Joel. You got to guard Tyrese Maxey. You got to pay attention to Paul George. And then if VJ goes off, he does. But that's where the attention lies. Without Paul George, without Tyrese Maxey, without Joel Embiid, this guy is getting double teamed. This guy is seeing a lot more attention, and the kid is 19 years old. And tonight, against the best team in the NBA, you're telling me that he had 36 points and he shot the ball. What was his shooting performance again? He shot the ball super efficiently tonight from three. He did. And this isn't just a fluke, because he's been doing this throughout this season. And even without the big three there, the guy tonight was 7 for 15 from three. Did he take up a lot of shots? Yes. Was he efficient? Yes. And he only had one turnover. That's the crazy thing, is that he only had one turnover in this game, and yet he put up 14 field goals on 28 attempts. Those attempts go down when Joel Embiid and Paul George and Kelly Oubre and all the rest of the guys are in the lineups. They go down to like 12. They go down to 14. So he takes more shots tonight. Beauchamp also took a lot of shots too, and well needed. He had to do that, right? But VJ was just very efficient, and I am super happy for him because he's getting a lot more attention now. And this is a very positive sign, chat. And he's still playing elite defense. In the last game, he didn't shoot the ball so well from three, but he had 22 points. And on a night where he was struggling, they still beat the Jazz. He had 13 rebounds. He had 4 assists. He had a steal again. This guy's doing everything. Everything that you need him to do, he's doing. He's definitely doing that. I'm very happy with how he's been playing, because this is what we're seeing now is star VJ at the age of 20. This guy's 20 years old, and he's already putting up star numbers over over 4 of his last 5 games. Really, 6 of his last 7, if you want to look at it. So, was tonight a career high in three-pointers that he made? Yes. But again, he felt it. He was consistent. And that is a positive. Like, that's a very big positive, chat. When was the last time that we had a 76ers player, besides Tyrese Maxey, besides Tyrese, when was the last time that the Sixers actually got a top 3 draft pick? And Tyrese Maxey wasn't even a top 3 pick. When was the last time that they had a top 3 draft pick that was actually, drafted into a system where he wasn't even the first option, the second option, or even the third option? He's the 4th option, and yet he's converting and making shots. The Sixers have not had something like that. And I know that we keep saying, if healthy. But I will say it again. If healthy, the Sixers team could still be dangerous. I don't think that they're going to be healthy, and that's a conversation for another day. But as I'm looking into the future, VJ Max is going to be legit. Shopping at VJ Max is going to be a lot of fun. It really is. VJ and Maxey, man. I'm very excited to see what that duo is going to be able to do, because that, to me, has the potential of being the best backcourt in the NBA, potentially. starting as soon as next year. I'm not saying that it's going to happen next year, but why not? Why not? It has the potential to be the best. So that's my main takeaway tonight. Two more things, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay. Dominic Barlow did not have a good game at all. He played 19 minutes tonight. He got eaten alive, both defensively and offensively too. And I'm not happy about that. I can't live with that. I really can't. This guy is only putting up how many points? He only has 13 points in his last 3 games. And he's getting starter minutes. Now, he did get 4 minutes against the Jazz. He left the game, and hopefully, I'm happy that he was back out there today. I was. But he just doesn't have it. Ever since these guys have gone down, he's not playing well. And that, to me, is a problem. That, to me, is concerning. But that's just something to, again, like, I'm not hitting the panic button, but I'm happy that he got the contract. I'm happy that they converted him from a two-way player to a standard contract. He deserved it. But, with great power, they say, comes great responsibility, and I'm not necessarily happy with his play after what has gone on ever since he's gotten that contract. Just something, again, to watch out for. You understand the circumstances, and I get it. Tonight it is the Thunder, but no points, though. Only 2 field goal attempts. I need you to try to be more aggressive. I just do. I can't. That doesn't cut with me. That does not cut with me. Campaign didn't shoot the ball well tonight. Nick Nurse. I thought that Nick Nurse. The only thing that I will say about Nick Nurse when it comes to the rotations tonight, usually I'm for when he does pull a Dembona, but when he was cooking in that fourth quarter, getting those rebounds, he got like 3 rebounds in a row, and he had a couple of nice blocks. I understand that he's only good in spurts, and I get why he took him out. I personally, not to be nitpicky here, but I would have let him play a couple of more minutes. And I thought that maybe, just maybe, that was when VJ hit that 3 to put the Sixers down by 12. 12 or 11 it was at the time. And then the Thunder went on that 9-0 run after they called the timeout, and it was just game over from that point on, right? I thought that a Dembona should have stayed out there. I do. And who knows, maybe in those 2 minutes, right, like if he's out there for another minute, maybe he does get you a couple more rebounds. But then again, maybe he does get eaten. You kind of have to look at it both ways. Was that the difference in this game? No. But I would have preferred if they would have left him out there for a couple of more minutes, just because he was a spark plug at that moment in time. What I don't understand is why Jabari Walker is not playing more minutes when there is no Paul George and when there is no Joel Embiid, because you do need more athletic wings, especially now that Oubre is not playing, and that's really the key here. It's not Paul George and it's not Embiid. It's the fact that Kelly Oubre is not playing. So why is he not getting a lot of minutes? We've seen him at times this year actually do pretty good when he has a chip on his shoulder and when he steps up. And I think that if he plays a couple more minutes tonight, if he gets you 18 minutes like what he did against the Jazz, he did good against the Jazz. He had 8 points and 5 rebounds in 18 minutes of play. He also did have a steal. He did have a block. He had a couple of really nice deflections. Why is he getting inconsistent minutes? The other funny thing, too, is that he only played 6 minutes against the Sacramento Kings, and he didn't put up any points, but then he gets like an actual role player type of a bench performance that he puts up against the Detroit Pistons, and he has 16 points against them, and he's 6 for 6 from the field. It just doesn't make sense why he's not playing more minutes, especially when there's no Kelly. That's something that kind of annoys me with Nick Nurse at this moment in time. Because now you want to play your young guys. Now you want to see what you have for your future. And he's 23 years old. OKC throws a lot of athletic players, and they have a lot of guards. And against a guy in Jalen Williams, J-Dub, in that fourth quarter, J-Dub was getting right where he wanted to. That guy was just driving downhill. He was getting every single place that he wanted to go. And he made some very tough shots. If Jabari Walker's out there, now some of those shots were really good defense, I will say. But maybe if there's a different body out there, maybe that changes things. Because maybe Jabari picks him up at half court and causes him to be a little bit slower. So rather than him being able to speed up and utilize that momentum, maybe he gets slowed down a little bit sooner before he tries to attack and go inside the three-point line. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Again, does this tell me that the Sixers are going to win this game? No. But I just question these things, and the media is not going to ask these types of questions. But I will. Those are the types of questions that I have. You know? That's where I stand. And that's just how I feel about this game. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I come away with this, like, usually I don't like moral victories, but there were definitely some positives out of this game. And I am proud at how they overall did. They did not get blown out. They did not get smothered by 60 or 50. They went out there and they played an actual game. In the second quarter, did they stumble? Absolutely. Did Nick Nurse not go to certain guys in that second quarter, like a Jabari Walker, like a Trendon Watford at times where he should have? Yes. Were the shots not good at times, and were they chucking up threes? Yes, but you can only do so much against this OKC team when you're missing three guys who combined can get you 90 points. Yet, I love it when people dissect these games. I do. The fact that, I'm on another podcaster's chat, and like they had like 150 people waiting, and yet they were still talking about the Sixers getting blown out by 50 without four of their big starters, right? Even without VJ Edgecombe, and yet they were still processing and talking about like what went wrong in that game. I love that, guys. I do. I love that. It's funny. And it definitely shows the type of city and the type of care that we have for our players. But let's also sort of chill a little bit and be a little bit more realistic and say that we had guys that were out that, again, like those five guys can put up 100 of your points if they're playing all together. They could. They at least make up for 80 of your points. And that's what I got. I'm surprised I actually talked for this long. I really am. But that is going to wrap it up for me. Vincent, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube 11 minutes ago. I appreciate you. I really do. And with that, I am out. Okay, so the schedule goes, and again, it's posted on the community tab. If one of my mods does want to drop that down below, I would really appreciate that. The schedule goes as follows, okay? We're not on tomorrow. Tomorrow is our first off day in a very long time. Wednesday, we are streaming on RB's channel. We are filling in for Philly Take with RB. We're doing the Sixers Bulls game. That should be a lot of fun. Maybe Embiid will be back for that. I don't know. And then Thursday is opening day. Thursday is opening day for the Phillies season, and then we got March Madness right after that. So, and that's what's coming up for the next 3 days or so. We are doing a test stream after the Sixers game is done. We are going to test the rest of the Giants Yankees game. I'm hoping that we'll have time to do that. That would be great. If not, I'll probably have to do it during the afternoon. It is what it is, though. All right. Vincent, I appreciate you, man. He says, I wish Broom was healthy. I will stand by. He will be good. I don't care, says Vincent. Hey, man. I love how honest, I love how passionate you are about that. I'm not a big Janai Broom fan. I know that a lot of people in the city of Philadelphia, when it comes to the talking heads, they're not as big of a fan on him either. But I'm happy that somebody in the chat, that there are people that exist that are like, nah, man, this guy's going to be good. I don't see it, but guess what? Another two eyes might. And you know what? If you're right, I give you all the credit. And if you're not, man, I still respect the passion. I do. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I really mean that. You stick by your guns. That's what you do. Good for you for doing that. All right. Love you all. Good night. Lila Tov. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.